Okay, what's up guys, Sprinter here. So basically I've just arrived back from Dubai. My visit to go see my mom has come to an end. I'm here at Cape Town International, just chilling, waiting to be fetched. And yeah, so today I'm bringing you guys a chest workout. I hope that you enjoy it. It was from when I trained at Train Strength and Fitness in Dubai. Probably the most beautiful gym I've ever visited in my life. I absolutely love it there. Got some awesome footage, it's a pretty cool workout, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, the flight was pretty good, if you were wondering. I slept the whole of the first flight. Second flight I've slept like half, so I've got like 7 hours sleep behind me. But yeah, it's back to reality tomorrow. Riding a FitNAC test, boys got to grind. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the workout, and I'll make sure to stay tuned every Sunday because that's when I'm going to be releasing videos. It's not super easy to release videos super frequently, especially at this time. Varsity Cup pre-season is about to get hectic and tests are coming in thick and fast, assignments, etc, etc. But I will make sure that I get at least one video to you guys a week, which will most likely be on a Sunday. So like I said, I hope you enjoy the video, and remember, if you do enjoy it, hit that little bell button, hit that red subscribe button, like and share it. Okay, so I started this chest workout the same as I start all of my chest workouts and most of my upper body workouts, with my rotator cuff warm-ups, because basically I had a rotator cuff injury in about grade 10, so when I was 16, because I never used to warm up before I trained, but one time I just started benching and I progressively got heavier, and I went too heavy too quickly without having warmed up, and I ended up straining my rotator cuff, and it put me out for a couple of weeks, and it was really just an unnecessary injury to get. So now every time before I gym or before I train my upper body, I will always do a few sets of these rotator cuff movements just to get the blood flowing, to get everything warmed up, and to prevent any unnecessary injuries. So I do this for about 5 minutes at the beginning of every upper body workout, and yeah, you can just see me doing some of the movements, repeating them, and I did a couple of sets of these before I started. So obviously, as you saw in the previous clip, I was doing the standing movements. Then I moved on to, this is a pretty shitty shot, I apologize, but then I moved on to a seated rotator cuff movement. Basically, I don't usually go for reps with these. I mean, I think to do between 12 to 15 reps, but I'm usually just looking to get at least 5 minutes done of these rotator cuff movements, just to make absolutely sure that everything's warmed up and feeling good. And then I still obviously have my warm-up sets, which I do, because, you know, safety first. You don't want to ruin your progress by getting an injury. So this is the other movement that I do when I'm warming up. The first exercise that I did was the barbell bench press, and at the moment I'm looking to increase my strength, so I start pretty much every chest workout, or at least my heavy days, with a 5x5 or 5x5 working sets on the bench. As you can see, I started off just with the bar, and then I progressed to 60 kilograms, and I then progressed to 100, 110, and then 120. My working sets start on 120, and then I basically just go for 5x5 on 120. That's what I'm working with at the moment. However, if I do feel like I'm failing, because I often don't have a spot, I'll drop the weight back down to 110 or something more manageable, or even do a drop set, and then I'll complete the rest of my reps from there.
The first year of the first galaxy, a star was born. So bright,
at this point I had done a couple sets and I was getting progressively heavier, but I felt that my shoulders weren't warm enough, so I decided to do a couple more rotator cuff movements, a couple more delt movements, just to get the blood flowing, to make everything was in check, everything was feeling good and loose, and just ready to move some weight. I didn't, like I said, I don't like to risk injury, so if you feel like you need to sort of do a little bit more warm-up movements, then go for it. You got to do what you got to do, you got to listen to your body, and then get in there and smash some weight. So here again, you just see me sort of warming up a little bit more, opening up the chest, visualizing the set, making sure that my mind's right, that everything's ready to go. About to start that first working set, and we get under it and we move some weight.
Try to set me free, cross my boundaries. But if your love for me turned into curiosity, you try to set me free, cross my boundaries. But if your love for me turned into curiosity, for me turned into curiosity. You try to set me free, cross my boundaries. But if your love for me turned into curiosity.
Now what's very important is that you make sure that you listen to your body, especially when you're going really heavy and you don't have a spot. So for me, 120 felt a lot heavier than usual, so I pushed out 2 reps and I was like, look, instead of trying to like boost my ego here and go for another 2 or 3 reps, I'm just going to drop it down. I'm going to do a drop set. I'm going to bang out some reps here rather than risking dropping the weight and really hurting myself. So it's important that you listen to your body, and yeah. So yeah, like if you feel that you're struggling, there's really no point in putting yourself at risk of injury. So you rather get a drop set in, you know, secure that pump, still move some weight, and stay safe.
So I'm done with bench now. I struggled on that last set, so did a drop set. And I'm going to move on to my accessory movements now. Actually I might do, but I always do incline dumbbell press. I'll see how I'm through this.
Okay, so the next movement that I did was my favorite chest exercise of them all, the incline dumbbell fly. Now I really enjoy this exercise because it's really good at accentuating that separation between the anterior deltoid, your front delt, and your pec. I attribute a lot of this to doing this movement. And it's really nice. You get a wonderful stretch at the bottom and you can really focus on the squeeze at the top. What happened for me though during this first set was that I started to feel a weird tinge, like a weird pain in my inner pec. So you see I end up massaging it out a little bit. Something wasn't feeling right. And like I said, it's important to listen to your body. So I'd usually go for a lot of volume on this, secure that pump,
but instead I decided to keep the weight relatively light, and I also supersetted it here with this narrow chest press. I kept the weight relatively light, and instead of going for my usual 5 sets, I kept it down to 3 sets. So this next exercise, I throw it in every now and then, but what my issue with it is that sometimes I feel like I'm activating too much in my shoulders, and my back tends to cramp up a little bit when I'm doing it. I don't know if I should maybe try it with a back support, like lying on a bench or something, an incline bench. I mean, it does get a nice squeeze in the chest, which is nice. And it is a really nice accessory movement to throw in when your chest is fatigued. Like, you get a lovely squeeze at the top. There's not much of a stretch in the movement, but you get a great squeeze, and it helps you maintain that pump. So I do enjoy it. That's why I do throw it in every now and then, and I like to do variations of it. That's what you'll see me doing here. I'll do slightly different movements with different angles with how I'm either leant more forward or leant more backwards, and I'll use different weights and different rep ranges.
But yeah, like I said, sometimes I feel like it's activating too much of my anterior deltoids. But yeah, I did about 3 sets of these, and then I moved on to the next exercise. This next movement was just something I did purely out of curiosity because I saw this machine and I was like, I have to try this, because just like that other machine I used earlier, that incline chest press machine, it's not something that I've got back home, so I thought definitely want to make the most of this at Train Strength and Fitness, and it got me a crazy pump. I mean, it was awesome. I did feel it in my triceps a bit from time to time, but overall it was a great isolation movement for the chest, and I felt a lovely squeeze, and the stretch at the top was unbelievable. Now next and finally was an actual pec deck machine. If you follow me on Instagram, I do often incorporate the pec deck movement in my chest workouts that I post, but the pec deck machine that we have back home isn't exactly like this one. It's more one of the ones with the pads on, and it isn't quite as nice. It doesn't give you the exact same feeling. This one's got a bit of movement at the around, like on a different axis as well, so you can sort of target different parts of your chest. Like, it feels really good, and you can get a really nice stretch and a squeeze of this movement. But yeah, I basically maxed out with these. I was doing about 12 reps and I was failing in between 10 and 12 every time, which is really what you want to hit at the end of the workout. You know, you just want to fail and really burn out. So this was a lovely way to end the workout, and yeah, I did about 4 sets of these. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it for you. I'm going to do my best to make as many videos as I can, as frequently as I can. And I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments. Remember to hit that bell, subscribe, like and share if you enjoyed it. And remember, happy training.